Hi everyone, welcome back to my precious garden. It's the 7th of March and everything in the garden is growing so quickly. Uh, you might hear all the birds chirping. It's full swing. I wanted to come back to show you a few tasks that I have to do today. I've already done a lot of weeding. My hands are not looking good because don't wear gloves all the time. But yeah, I have to prune back the hydrangea. If I have time, I want to plant some aquilegia seedlings that I have growing in multiple pots. And in a few days, I'm gonna receive bare roots from Farmer Gracie, another Aquilegia variety. For the moment, the one I have is a pink petticoat and also the classical yellow one. I really love the classical shape of Aquilegia, but I really like also the hybrid one, so I'm getting Nora Barlow. I hope I have photos to insert here. So let's jump into it and go to the hydrangea. This hydrangea is the variety called Fraise Melba, and beginning of March is still a good time to prune it. And what is recommended is to look for the buds and count 1, 2, 3 and cut. So 1, 2, 3 and cut. So this is another example. You count 1, 2, 3 and cut. So I'm going to do this with all the rest of the stems. Each area where you have made a cut, you will have, as you can see here, that was last year's cut, and I got 3 branches, so 3 times the blooms that I would have if I didn't prune anything. So now on one stem it's going to go 3 stems, and then 3 and then 3, so I have 9. And 2 years ago I had 1. So that's a very good garden math. So also what you want to be careful with is crossing branches, and of course if you have dead branches and stuff, you must take them out. I will have to clean up the inside, but for the moment I'm going to continue my 3 buds pruning. Okay. See, for example, this branch is crossing this one and going into the center, so this one I'm gonna take out. And I'm gonna do this at the base of the stem. I'm gonna do something that is quite difficult. I'm gonna show you. You might be able to see that this branch is going much bigger and stronger than the other ones. And one thing I realized is that on this one, it seems that I have counted 4 buds instead of 3, because as you can see here, I can count 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And I think I have to sacrifice these to make the bush even. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. It's not an easy task, but yeah, sometimes you need to do it. Because now this will branch like this and really be at the same level as the other ones. Boo! Sorry. That is done. Okay, and now I have this branch coming from almost the base, from this part of the bush, and it's going straight like this, and I need to think of what I'm gonna do with it. So for the moment I've decided to cut it like the rest at 3 buds, so it brings me to 1, 2, 3 here. Okay, and we'll see if it gets too crowded in there. Next year I will be able to cut one of these out. So this is the final look for this year's pruning, and I'll make an update this season to show you what it looks like with foliage and then in bloom. But I also want to show you something that is growing right at the base of the hydrangea. See, there's this thing, and if a plant wasn't growing close enough to it, or maybe if you're not used to how this plant is looking, you would think this is a weed, but it's not. This is a seedling of, sorry, I'm gonna zoom out, this hellebore. How crazy it is, and I'm gonna show you something even more crazy. So this is the hydrangea, this is the hellebore, and all of these are hellebore seedlings, and I have more growing all around. So now my task is to take them out. Yeah, it has been recommended to me to take them out while they're still young seedlings. It seems that their future life is going to get easier if you do that when they're tiny like this, and instead of waiting for them to be more established. So I'm going to try and get the one at the base of the hydrangea. That is going to be a bit tough, but the other ones, no problem. I've done it before. I'm going to show you. See, this one is a seedling. It's an older one, but you have to wait a few years to get any kind of bloom. And what is also very interesting and exciting is that with varieties like this hellebore, the seedlings, they won't give you exactly the same flower, and each of these little seedlings are going to be different. And even though you have to wait a few years to get the flowers, I think to create your own new hellebore is worth the wait. So let's see if I can get the one in the hydrangea out without problem. I'm not gonna wear gloves for this one because it's in a tricky spot and I need to be really careful. Not sure. I think this might not be enough. I have a few roots, but yeah. So you know what? I'm gonna try anyway in this tiny pot and see how it goes. So I will add some water and keep it close to home so that I can see if I can do anything with this one. Now let's get the other ones. So these ones I have quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like 15 I guess. And one thing you need to know, because I researched that recently, because I wanted to give some seeds to a friend, but the seedlings you see now are the results of seeds from last year, and they germinated this winter only. So you can find some seed pods on your hellebore, but they only germinate next winter. Just note that you need to be patient. Let's see how many I can take out without damage. Do I need this or not? I want to keep the most of the root system to help this one get established. And yeah, that's much better. So that's number one. I have one here. And I don't want to disturb the hellebore roots, but I don't want to disturb the hydrangea roots and the other plant. And so this one is nice too. They're still little babies, as you can see. Really small root system. Let's see about these ones. And I have the flower bulbs too that are not gonna like this. Oh, come on. Yay. Oh, this one, yeah, this is nice. What do we have? Let's see. These ones are tricky because they're really close to the daffodil. I'm just gonna try to gently pull, and yeah, hope for the best. No, this one is not gonna make it. Okay, so let's go somewhere else. Here, these ones are gonna be easy. gonna put the glove. Sometimes there's nothing better than using your hands. Okay, so that's good. And I think I'm gonna leave this one with the dirt, so it's not disturbed too much. Now let's see. Now I think I'm gonna try some in pots and some in the ground, but I think I don't have lots of shade, and hellebores like shadier position. Well, I have some that are doing okay with winter full sun and getting shade from other plants during the season. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna find places. But yeah, if this hellebore continues producing so many seeds, I will really have to sell them or give them or do a swap. It's just this. Okay, let's see. And also I need to take these out because otherwise, when you don't have a huge garden, my garden is really nice, don't mistake me, but each spot is needs to be earned or really it needs to be something that gives you joy quite quickly, I guess. Not all the time, but yeah, see what I mean. On Instagram and Facebook and stuff, they tell you to take out all the hellebore leaves um, to enjoy the blooms. So first of all, depending on the varieties, some of them that flower on top, so the foliage really doesn't make any kind of problem. And I tend to like the foliage, and so if the foliage isn't with signs of sickness on it, I tend to leave it. And then when the new foliage appears, then I take out the old ones. I have one here that is sickly. Don't know if you can see, and this I'm gonna remove. So now back to all the seedlings. So in this area it's tough because there's other roots and maybe the mother plant's roots. So we'll do what we can. Well, these are done. Okay, I'm gonna leave the ones that are too close to the mother. So, just in case you're new to gardening, when you have a seed that germinates, the first leaves are not the true leaves. They're like the first one that helps the plant grow. And so, usually they have nothing in common with the mother plant, so that's hard. So, you have to wait for the first set of true leaves, and then you can recognize with time which plant it's coming from. And usually the seedlings don't fall far away from the mother plant, especially if the seeds are not tiny. Okay, so about hellebores, these are the first leaves, so they don't look at all like hellebores. And here you can see coming the first true leaf. And if you compare it with a hellebore, it's really like this. So yeah, my little tip. And now I have all of these to plant. So I'm gonna grow some of them in pots and some of them in the ground. I'm not really sure on how to decide which ones are gonna go where, but I'm gonna play it by ear and we'll see. For this, I'm using some compost that has been given to me. It's a very kind of first price thing, but I don't think hellebore really mind. I think they're gonna do okay since they're usually just growing where they fall. So let's see. I'm gonna try this one just there. So that's one. It's quite easy. The most tricky part is to take them out of their place. This one has a nice root system. Okay. So they usually like part shade areas, but since they're babies and they have been transplanted, oh, it's starting to rain, I'm gonna leave them in a light but shady position. This one I'm gonna try in the ground because it's not disturbed in any way. Okay. So yeah, when you move seedlings, try and really not touch or disturb too much the roots. There's no problem at all moving them with the first set of leaves because these ones, they're gonna fall anyway. Yeah, don't be afraid if the first set of leaves fall. That's just the natural way it goes. So that's already 4 plus 1, the first one I have done before. Yeah, in the ground. This one, yeah. Let's try. And don't put yourself too much pressure because even if you lose a seedling, it's just free plants and it's your way of learning. You learn by making mistakes. Please, the rain, please. I need to finish. No, this one is not gonna make it. This is gonna go in the ground. Maybe this one. Nice long roots and no set of true leaves yet, so that's an experiment too. So I'm not sure I'm gonna do the hydrangea today. Let's see which one. This one. Yep. I already can't wait to see how they develop and how they are all gonna be very different from one another and from the mother plant. That is so exciting. See, the birds, they really don't mind the rain. They're continuing chipping. I can see another nice one. in there. Yeah. We have a nice root system, yay! Okay, so that's good. I need more pots. So I'm back with more pots. But the rain is not decided to stop yet. Oh, that's a nice one. If I can get it. There. No. You really need to try and put it as deep as it was in the ground. So I didn't wash these pots, so I hope it's going to be okay. I try to be more careful now with the seedlings to avoid how do they say, seed rot or something. But yeah, we'll just see. Not deep enough for this one. Okay, that's good. And just on my right, under the shrub, there's a hellebore that I got from a plant swap, and it was a baby, a bit older than this one, a bit more like the one I showed you back there, and it still hasn't flowered, but I'm starting to get the real size leaves. So maybe next year. I'm gonna bet on next year. That's also interesting how you can see some difference already. Can you see the red tinge on the stem that this one doesn't have? Really interesting. Okay, I think this is going to be my last pot, because let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's more than enough. I'm gonna put a few in the ground and give a few tomorrow to some friends. So as you can see, I've planted a few in pots, some of them for friends, some of them to grow, and I've planted a few, like 2 or 3 back there and 3 in the side and front yard. So I think that's going to be it for today because of the rain, and see you in the next one, maybe for the Achilles or something else as interesting. Bye.